still, the Nibiruians were still controlling here through parallel Earth. They were sending it up through the grids from the connection of Earth here up into, the connection between Earth and parallel. What Stonehenge, as we know it, emerged from was taking large rocks and making conduits that would send the energy. It would come up in the grids, and it would send it back down over the crossbar and down back in. So it would go back to where it came from. So it didn't program the grids here. But there was constantly fighting and warring. One of our groups would put them up, put the stones up, and the other guys would come in and knock them down or take the crossbars off them. Because if they don't have the crossbars, they still run the frequency into this, into Earth's template here. So the Nibiruian dotted crystal grid just gave the Anunnaki races a hold on here that they were progressively able to block out guardian race, like being able to come in and intervene. Yes? Okay. Okay. It's reminding me it's 6:45. Since it's 6:45, we can do dinner at 7. Is that okay? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, Nibiruian dotted crystal grid, 25,500 BC, beginning of major problems, okay? Then, with the Nibiruian dotted crystal grid, they created something. Anunnaki created something called the net. Now, the net, think about internet, because it's kind of like that, but it's a little different. The net is, what do they say? Nibiruian Electrostatic Transduction field. That's where they get net, N-E-T. When you translate it into English, net is a good word to call it, because it's the Nibiruian Electrostatic Transduction field. It's another one of these nasty little technologies that you could use nicely if you wanted to. They've literally been able to seal the frequencies, literally put us in a frequency bubble where guardian races progressively could not get through the net to communicate here or to get their ships in here. This net has been a nemesis to our planet since 25,500 BC. It's also how they broadcast stuff. The net is linked through the Nibiruian dotted crystal grid into natural configurations called crystal temple networks. There's 24 primary crystal temple networks in the planetary grids that were always there. Way back in seeding 1, millions of years ago, when Nibiru at the time was under Emerald Covenant protection, and they were trying to work with the Anunnaki races who were trying to be supposedly nice at the time, there were something called Nibiruian crystal rods put into these 24 primary areas of crystalline caverns. They created a communication system, and it was used for interplanetary communication, and it was used to generate certain types of energy, and it made a link to Nibiru. Well, when they put the Nibiruian dotted crystal grid in the third seeding in 25,500 BC, they wired it in to this old communication network, and they got control of the 24 primary bases. They're literally crystal temples.